What's up, everybody? Josh Keith with Adobe RC. Just want to give you a quick rundown of the Darkside series, as well as some event details. Talk a little bit about some rule changes. Let's get right into it. So, this series is the Darkside series. It's a memorial for Aaron Miller Sr., also nicknamed Darkside. He was Adobe's, facilities manager. Helped a lot, establish the facility. Everything you pretty much see, except for the oval track that came after, he was definitely involved, and we miss him dearly, and we wish he was still here. So this is just our way of kind of, showing up for him and kind of remembering him. So to that effect, we do have some really cool stickers we'll have available to all of our drivers. Smaller 77s, which was his number, that can go on cars, some larger ones for things like transmitter cases and Darkside series stickers, just to remember, Aaron and also this series. So we'll have those at sign up on Saturday. So just head on over to the sign up table and we should have those available. All right, so let's get into the details of this series. It's going to be a best 3 out of 4. So we're going to have 4 races, 1 drop. We do this just to make the series a bit easier for everybody. I know sometimes it's difficult to make every date, so at least on this one you can pick 1 drop over the course of about 2 months, and you'll still be in it. So this one's gonna have a pretty tight point spread, right? I think Mike mentioned that in his video. This is kind of what it looks like. So 10th place is going to get 10 points, second place is going to get 9 points, third 8.5. 4th and 5th place going to receive 8 points, 6th and 7th, 7.5, 8th, 7 points, 9th and below, 6 points. So as you can imagine, even if you have a bad day, you're not too far off the guy ahead of you. Keep your head down, race fast, be consistent, and you should be in the points for sure. So that's pretty much going to be interesting. I know Mike said he's run this type of point spread before, and it's worked out pretty well for him. So looking forward to seeing how it works this time, since it'll be my first time doing this type of thing. Tiebreaker, right? So let's say we get to the last race and we have 2 drivers that are tied. Essentially what it's going to come down to is your best finishing position for that last race. So if 2 guys are tied with the points going into round 4, 1 guy gets 2nd, 1 guy gets 3rd. Well, the guy in 2nd is going to take the win for that class. All right, let's talk about event details. So actually, let's stick with the series real quick. We'll just go through some of the dates. So round 1 is going to be this weekend, Saturday, June 6th at Adobe RC. Round 2 is going to be June 20th, also Saturday at Powerline. Round 3, Saturday, July 11th at Adobe RC. And last but not least, round 4, Saturday, July 25th at Powerline. As it says, food will be served. Oh, up here actually. Will be served rounds 1 and 4. I know at Adobe we'll probably have some pizza, water, and soda. Pretty similar to our grand opening if you attended that. Should be a good time. You don't have to leave the track to get fed. We will feed you. Mike and Kenny, I'm sure, are going to work on something for round 4. Should be an awesome time. So let's talk about the event now, right? So event schedule as posted is gates 5:30, practice 6 o'clock, signups are 6:15. We go racing at 7:30. Your first class is going to cost $25. Your additional class is going to cost $15. Okay. Event expectations. We've got a whole lot of people signed up. Let's take a look. Just go to my website real quick. While that loads, we will have open practice this Tuesday, right, at Adobe RC. So tomorrow evening from 6 to 10 p.m., we will have practice. So right now we have 39 drivers signed up. And a lot more entries, right? So it's going to be a busy night, okay? Busy night, everybody. I do need your help, with marshaling after you're done. Go ahead and drop your car. We do have a metal shelving right outside the track. You can drop your car, get right out to marshal. We can keep the program moving. We do request that you do not go back to your pits if you can help it. Just put your car on the shelf, head out to the track, and let's keep the program moving. Race registration, as I just showed, is live. You could register online or at the track. Now you still have to pay when you get to the track. This just helps us get kind of a head count and understand who's coming. It also helps us with the actual import of drivers into the live RC program. Probably saves me 30 minutes at the track on race day, which is a big help. For Adobe, we will allow about 7 or 8 drivers on the stand. because we're going to have so many people, we would probably stick to that number. I'd like to do maybe 7, but if we need to, we'll put 8 drivers on the stand. It's worked pretty well in the past. However, everybody's got to work together on track. It is a bigger track, but it's not as big as you think when you get that many drivers on it, right? All right, so let's talk about Adobe's parking, pitting, power, restrooms, and all that good stuff. So I'll just do a quick share. If you've never been to Adobe RC, we're really close to power line, right? So power lines, you know, somewhere over here. We're right off Pinnacle Peak Road, down 43rd Avenue. It's a big loop, so 43rd Avenue to 43rd Avenue. Once you get to the track, once you get to the track, you'll pull in here, right? There's a road. You can take a left into our parking lot, right? Which is right here. Tracks, the oval track is right here, so our parking lot's here. If you have trailers, bigger vehicles, or just want to spread out, we have some more available parking here that you can get to the oval track pretty easily as well. We do not have a whole lot of power. We do have power available, only if you need it, but we do recommend that you bring, you know, generators, batteries, etc., and share that power if you can, right? So yeah, please do that. Now, restrooms, as you guys know, if you've raced at our track, restrooms are a little far. It's kind of just beyond the 8 scale track. I'm working with our facilities manager, Eric, to get a porta a little bit closer to us. That should be done before Saturday, which is awesome. Let's talk about the park gate, right? And this is something that's kind of out of our control. As you come in and pass Victory Lane, there's going to be a gate here, right? And this is like a park gate we don't control. It's automatic. It closes at 8 p.m., right? So once you get in for this race, you will be able to get out. You just have to pull close to the gate. It will open. But that means if anybody leaves and wants to come in, you know, after 8 or 9, I forget what it is these days. I think it's summer schedule, so it might be 9. But if you were to leave, somebody would have to pull close to the gate to let you in, right? So that's the deal. If you're leaving past 8 or 9 and you plan on getting back in, you may want to have somebody on call to, you know, come drive to the gate, have it open up, and let you in, okay? It's a little bit inconvenient, but it's not too bad. So, all right, so that is, trying to think here, anything else I need to talk about regarding the event? I think that's a pretty good summarization. Like I said, we are going to have practice tomorrow, Tuesday, from 6 to 10 p.m. If you've never seen the track, experienced the track, that'd be a good time to come out, see what it's all about in preparation for Saturday's race. So let's talk a little bit about rule changes. So the one I'm excited for that Adobe's kind of already been doing is the midget class, right? We've gone ahead and opened up the tires for midget for club racing and series racing. Now, Mike and I discussed that we may still require quasi speeds for larger trophy events and stuff like that. But for now, club racing and this series, we're going to go ahead and go open tires. So run whatever you want on the midget. Now, some of the more controversial changes and some stuff that we went ahead and elaborated on. So let's take a look at Traxxas Modified first. So I don't believe this has changed. I believe this is always the case. We will have open gearing for the Traxxas Modified class. Battery and ESC connector can be changed. Stock oils, diff lube, or grease can also be changed as well. We are allowing, and I believe we have always allowed, the Traxxas GTR springs, the whites. And we have a bunch of part numbers here. I don't know a whole lot about this class, but I believe this boils down to front and rear springs. You get the whole range to play with. Now, it's not open springs. You must run the Traxxas GTR springs, but we do have the part numbers listed here if you're curious, and you can look those up. Everything else is pretty much the same as it's always been. I want to point out that we did add this little stipulation that no weight ballasts or weight ballasts are not allowed. So you can't add weight to the chassis. Everything's got to be stock, right, or original. So, you know, / modified chassis, original Traxxas suspension, original Traxxas chassis parts, no modifications or alterations to chassis, drivetrain, suspension components. You know, original shocks and springs must be used. Now that'll probably get changed. That's a little misleading, right? We are allowed to change the springs, so I'll fix that. And then all parts must be used as intended, right? You got to use the front shocks on the front, etc., right? Hubs included as well. Everything must be according to how it was shipped. This goes for the electronics too, right? Must be the BLS2 system, no tampering, altering, or modifying the electronics. This includes the servo. I'll make sure, nope, there it is. I got that detailed. Again, gearing will be open. Tires, right? So you're gonna have to run the Traxxas modified tires. We have all the possible listed SKUs here. If I'm missing something, let me know, but those should all be your pre-mounted tires. Here's the stipulation about the wheel hexes. All wheel hexes must be used in the stock locations. We do allow scuffing, saucing, and venting for the modified class. Battery is an important one, right? So we do have some options. You can run any 5250C battery. Must be charged under 8.44 volts. We do have a recommended battery here. That's the Mudboss 2S50C. I think a lot of you guys are already using. We also have the part number listed, right? Obviously, you must use the Traxxas body. So that is Traxxas Modified. Let us know if you have any questions there. Now, on to the really controversial one. All right, guys, here it is. Open gearing for Losi Sprint. And I know a lot of you, or at least some of you, had some concerns about it being a box stock class and us allowing open gearing and some other things, right? What this boils down to is, I know since I got involved with oval RC racing, this has always been kind of a hot topic, primarily because they ship two different pinions with these cars, and some guys don't even realize they're running a 22 when most guys are running 20, right? This has led to a lot of headaches, and this aims to eliminate that and make teching a lot easier. Not to mention, this this rules package is being used across 3 different tracks. We want to give folks an opportunity to gear their cars accordingly, so they're not burning their electronics up. I think it makes sense, okay? In addition to that, we do have a spring package that we do allow. This isn't any spring. Again, this is not open spring, just like the modified. We have specific springs that you can use that were designed for this car and are sold by Horizon, right? So the part numbers are listed here. You have a 4 through 8 and a 9 through 14 that you can use. Just like the modified, shock and diff fluid can be changed. Transmitter can also be changed in this track, right? So you don't have to use the SL2, you can use your own transmitter. We do have some option tires, and I think you guys are already used to that. That's going to be the Array 1.722. These are tires that were designed to fit on the stock wheels. That is the only option tire you get. They do have different compounds. You're welcome to use any compound you like, but they must be the 1722 tires that fit the stock wheels, okay? Now, this should be obvious, but buggy wheels and tires are not allowed. All right, guys? So let's go to the top now to the chassis. Again, just like modified, everything must be pretty stock. No altercations or modifications. No adjustable arms. No, and this is kind of a new one, no modifications to aerodynamics or wing positions, right? Mike let me know that, some guys have been drilling their own holes to get different, tilts in the wings. None of that. Everything kind of has to be within a stock, a stock location if available. Okay. Just like the other class, no weight ballasts are allowed. We're running stock ESC, motor, and servo. No tampering, altering, or modification to the electronic system are allowed. As mentioned above, open gearing now. We talked about the wheels, battery. So any 2-cell 5250C battery, pretty sure this is what we've been running. And then, so low-C stock body. Last but not least, low-C NASCAR, all right? This is a new one. I know a lot of tracks haven't quite had their their rules posted until now. So here they are, guys. Option body. So we do have some options here, right, guys? So we are allowing NASCAR truck. We are allowing the asphalt late model. We are allowing the NASCAR bodies, right? All the part numbers are listed there for you. If I'm missing one, please let me know, but I think we've got most of it. We do have some option tires, right? So low-C Goodyear Eagle mounted tires. These were designed for the car. They have super soft, medium, dirt, and wet options. Sorry about the dog. Let's talk about the chassis. So really, this is all very much stock. So stock chassis, transmission, suspension, No aftermarket hop-ups, stock shocks and springs. We have no option springs for this car. Modifications or alterations to the chassis are not allowed. All parts must be used as intended. Again, no weight ballasts in this class, right? Stock ESC motor servo, no tampering. You must use the factory transmitter for the NASCAR class. That is going to be SLT2. Okay, gearing, I do believe this is going to be your stock gearing, a 19 tooth pinion on a 59T spur with a stock battery, okay, charged under that 8.44 volts. We do have the stock battery information here. Pulled that directly from the manual. That should be what came with your car. If it didn't, you may want to go grab it because that's what we're going to be requiring. All right, guys, so I appreciate it. This went a little bit longer than I expected, but I was hoping that did cover everything. We look forward to seeing you either at practice tomorrow and or this weekend for round 1 of the Darkside series at Adobe. Again, Adobe's address is 22602 43rd Avenue, Glendale, Arizona 85310, guys. It's about 5 minutes from Powerline, so if you've been to Powerline, you know where to find us, or right in the same location. Let me know if you have any questions. See you at the track soon.